Hi, Nick Duffy here from Nick Duffy Golf. Here to talk a little bit more about YouTube, my little YouTube series here about junior golf series. Explaining a little bit about stuff that may help junior golfers as they kind of look for colleges, as they kind of look for traversing the tournament series, whatever they may need to basically help them to get better at golf and improve tournament play. So after talking about being too far into out, the next area we need to kind of tackle is being stuck from the inside. So if you're a lefty, that means kind of this look, right? A righty, it's going to be this look. Okay, so basically what I'm talking about is something that I think pops up a lot with juniors, because especially nowadays we're working a lot, everyone's working a lot on basically getting more distance, and they're trying to do it by more power, more jumping, more rotation, and all those things are good. I'm not saying those are bad at all. I would say what tends to happen in golf, and just from being in it since, I mean, late 80s to now, watching the trends in instruction, watching the trends with working other instructors, it just tends to whatever is in vogue gets overdone. It keeps happening. I don't think it will ever end. So as long as players are aware of that, as long as players are good about, okay, this is what I'm tending to do, I know that, oh man, I'm starting to get my timing off because I'm doing this too much, or whatever it may be, you gotta have that awareness. So I would say right now there are a lot of people working on trying to get more distance by using their lower bodies differently, right? That can be very bad for players if you are doing something that maybe gets you in a position where A, you can't see a golf ball, pulling you off of your normal swing, or actually losing speed because you never actually build anything in the backswing. You're just turning and turning. You're actually never using the force of the ground. So with that being said, this little video on being stuck from the inside is something I know I've dealt with. Mine was probably from trying to hit the ball further as a kid. I had a lot of speed from getting here, and then I learned to actually get it more shallow by humping it a little bit, got the club more inside, and then I just hit my sling hook. So when I was little and I didn't have much club head speed, that would actually give me like no problem at all. I could play that hook and pushes all day long. Once I got to college, started having more speed, now that turned into a massive hook and a big block. So I had a huge two-way miss in college, and it was very difficult to play. So basically this is trying to help people to avoid that same issue. So place I always like to start is kind of like good setup. If I tend to set up with too much on my heels, too much like I'm sitting in a chair, the old bar stool look, right? That is going to cause me to actually hump it more, because you're not going to just stay there. You're going to fall backwards as you rotate. So starting out, we always want to make sure we do a good job of posture to start. I always tend to sit a little too much like this. You'll see it in my swing. I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. So that's one thing I definitely always need to work on, but it's really difficult for me. I'm not sure it is everybody else. So work a little bit on that feel, right? Better setup, hips more underneath me, not letting it get too behind me, anything too crazy. Now, this is the area that a lot of people do mess up with when it comes to getting stuff from the inside. Everyone gets so focused on this part of it, the actual humping and impact, they kind of lose focus of what is actually going on in the backswing. So what tends to happen a lot of times with players is as they make a backswing, their lower body works more towards the ball. So they actually have thrust towards the ball in the backswing. Typically, if I see someone do this hip isn't going to all of a sudden magically, work well through impact. It's not going to go boom through impact. Normally what happens is they get to here, they're in a bad position to shallow the club, so they do this to try to help shallow it. Now I went from being, decent length from the golf ball to too close and closer, push up my torso, and now I'm going to have issue, basically that stuck feeling. That is what's going on in a lot of people's games, and a lot of the reasons why people do have that issue. Now, what I've done over the years to work on it, I work a little bit on making sure my hip gets behind me in the backswing. So I'm using like the total hip trainer here, or the total golf trainer training aid attachment on the hip. So what I'm doing with this is in the backswing, I'm going to feel a little bit like I'm letting it get behind me, and on the way through, I'm going to miss it on the way down. So I'm going to help make sure my arms get in front of me. That feeling keeps me from getting stuck. It's just an easy way for me as a golfer to feel more lined up. Now, if I overdo the extension or rotation, I'm going to hit myself. So that is definitely one area you don't want to really work on with when it comes to being stuck from the inside. So that is my big one there. Another place you want to work on is pressure in the ground. So I've talked about in my last video a little bit about using some different stuff. Not everyone has access to one of these, so sometimes just using like a lacrosse ball cut in half, a force pedal, stuff like that, helps you build a little awareness into the ground. So for someone like me, who it's more getting on my toes at impact, just having that on the ground to help me build a little bit of awareness. Keep my left glute back, hips back through impact, to where now I'm not jumping and getting on my toes and getting jammed from the inside. So hopefully this video helps you out. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Thank you. Hi. Hopefully this video helped you out. If you liked it, please like my video. Please subscribe. Please put a comment down asking any questions or just anything that may do with the video. If you need any suggestions or you want to suggest another video for me, please let me know in the comments. I'd be more than happy to try to shoot them. I'm always looking for good ideas. So any way I can help out the viewers of this channel, please let me know. Hopefully these tips help you out and will continue to improve your game. Thanks.